Mr. Chairman, fellow governors of the African Development Bank Group, and the President of the African Development Group, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fred Jachan Omach. I'm the State Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development of the Republic of Uganda, here standing in for the governor as temporary governor. I am delighted to express on behalf of the government of Uganda my sincere gratitude to the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire for hosting this important meeting. On behalf of my delegation, we are delighted with the arrangements that have been put in place for the conduct of these meetings, and like other speakers have expressed before, we extend our thanks to the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, its people, the African Development Bank, and all the courtesies and generosity that have been extended to us since our arrival in this beautiful city of Abidjan. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is also my pleasure to extend my gratitude to Dr. Donald Kaberuka, President of the African Development Bank Group, who has served the bank diligently and graciously up to date. My thanks also go to the members of the Board of Executive Directors and to the senior management of the bank group for the support and guidance towards intervention in ADB regional member countries. I would also like to commend the whole process that has been put in place for the election of a new president. Uganda is pleased with the process and pledges full support to whoever shall emerge as the new president, and we further the development agenda of this bank and Africa in general. This being my inaugural address at this august body of the Board of Governors of the African Development Bank, I would like first to thank the ADB for the support it has extended to Uganda and continues to do so, which support has helped Uganda towards attaining its development objectives. The African Development Bank has been a friend to Uganda since its inception, and we have shared common development aspirations. It has helped us in steering the many reforms we have undertaken and has particularly been supportive in our infrastructural development, while at the same time tendering support to our social development and others. To date, records indicate that since 1967, we as a country have benefited up to units of account 2,069 billion of the African Development Bank financing through loans, grants, and technical assistance. The current ongoing portfolio as of May 2015 stands with a commitment of units of account 689.15 million. My country is no doubt grateful to the African Development Bank for the support and wishes to extend its gratitude to both African Development Bank, past and present president and the present arrangements, Board of Directors, and the management for this continuous engagement. We look forward to continued cordial relationship into the future. Chair, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, high on the agenda of this year's meeting has been a series of development issues. Also, commitment is the election of the new bank president. As we move to elect a new president of the African Development Bank Group, I want to extend special thanks once again to Dr. Donald Kaberuka for his good stewardship and of our institution and the friendliness with which he has done it. He has emerged, despite the challenging global crisis, to keep the bank at a AAA rating by international financial rating agencies, and he has had the good and rare grasp of management that is second to none. The management style which he has provided to the bank and his proactive approach to the governors is unparalleled. Dr. Kaberuka, as you leave this institution which you have helped build and put where it is to date, it is Uganda's hope that you will continue to provide guidance to this institution whenever called upon. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the inauguration of the Continental Infrastructure Initiative Africa 50 Fund is Dr. Kaberuka's milestone achievement. The fund, designed majorly for the development of infrastructure in Africa, focusing on high-impact national and regional projects in the energy, transport, ICT, and water sectors, will greatly assist the African continent in closing high-impact projects in a timely manner. And to the letter, we are happy to note that Africa 50 has already a commitment of over $500 million US. And Mr. Chairman, we note with appreciation the support African Development Bank has extended to Uganda through the various country strategy papers, the current being implemented from 2011 up to 2015. The country strategy papers have been aligned to the African Development Bank medium and long-term strategy plans, which anchors the development of infrastructure in the continent, regional integration, private sector development, governance and accountability, skills and technology. The current CSP is also aligned to Uganda's National Development Plan 2010-2015. Despite this consistency, however, Africa and Uganda in particular has remained with the big challenge of poor infrastructure, unequal growth plus unemployment. We therefore hope that the Africa 50 Fund established shall spur infrastructure development for inclusive growth. Going forward, Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we commend strongly the bank's continue along the current path gathering infrastructural development, which remains a big constraint to connectivity. I also take this opportunity to commend the African Development Bank management for their positive efforts in maintaining the financial position of the bank and its good standing status. To the end, we encourage the bank to continue exploring options to make the best use of existing capitals to sustain its sound financial position along with its ability to achieve its development agenda. This may be achieved by enhancing the catalytic role of the African Development Bank as the main driver of the development and poverty eradication in and of Africa. Finally, I take this opportunity to congratulate the incoming president once elected and to thank all who have made it possible for the African Development Bank to be the leading bank not only in Africa but the world over. And we pray that it continues to sustain its AAA rating. And I say this for God and my country, which is the motto of the Republic of Uganda. And I thank all of you for listening to me.